Body bags were horror lies.
What is up, y'all? Dubbles at you again. Another week on the body bags. Recently hit up the Scream Factory sale, which I'm sure a lot of horror fans here on the YouTube community did this past week. Big sale. Got some older releases, stuff I hadn't checked out yet, and picked out one of their, one of their earlier releases, and that is Death Valley, 1982 slasher directed by Dick Richards, who doesn't have much in the world of horror. You got Catherine Hicks, who is Karen Barkley, Andy Barkley's mom in Child's Play, and Peter Billingsley, aka Ralphie from The Christmas Story. A few other notable actors in this: Stephen McHattie, Paula Matt. So decent little cast. And basically the plot, the story focuses around Peter Billingsley, the son, and his mother, Catherine Hicks. And she's recently divorced, and she has her new boyfriend who enters into the equation. Together, you've got the three of them piled up in the car, and they're going to where else but Death Valley, checking out like ghost towns and tourist roadside attractions. But of course, as they're on their trip down the road on this kind of deserted highway, you have a lunatic killer basically stalking them on the road. Of course, you don't see him at first. He's following them, and he's got the front tag like Hex 576. You know, kind of doing the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers kind of thing, just or even the Hitcher kind of thing, just a little cat and mouse kind of thing going on. And that's pretty much how it plays out for the rest of the film. They, of course, get to like a ghost town and that kind of stuff. Some cool locations. Seem to really be filmed on location, a lot of that stuff. I thought that was kind of neat. The pacing is freaking slow on this one, man. I mean, I understand if it's a slow burn to build something, but I have to say the action's minimal and the payoff is underwhelming for me personally on this one, but that's just as far as looking at the pacing and the overall movie. The soundtrack, really overuse of the same little 20-second clip of audio, the kind of little, I guess, theme, or, you know, they were trying to do their little Friday the 13th theme kind of thing with a but they just had their own little melody tune that kept playing over and over. Fucking, it just felt like every 2 minutes. Really overuse of that thing. There is some pretty well built suspenseful scenes. One in particular, Ralphie investigating this RV. That was pretty suspenseful and good. But there's a few other scenes like that. They really try to build the tension and suspense, and, you know, playing this kind of, like I said, melodic score under it. But it just doesn't really build or pay off to anything. The scares are just uber minimal on this. And the kills, while there is some decent practical blood, most of them are very similar to one another and generic. You got some throat slashes and stabs. That's pretty much the extent of it. No over-the-top creative kills, anything you might see in a Friday the 13th film or some other, you know, early 80s slashers. Yeah, like I said, a really cool location. And I think the performances are pretty good for what they were. I kind of question maybe the director's comfort in the actual horror realm. You know, if that had maybe had a hard time translating this, and it just played out more like a thriller with slasher elements almost, or and I'd say that about the slasher as well. The the killer himself was kind of underwhelming. Yeah, nothing too creepy about him. He came off just kind of generic as well. But for its pacing and its issues and flaws here and there, it still has a decent enough. It's well acted and a decent enough story arc to keep you interested for most of the film. I feel like, even the slower build and tension. But yeah, just as far as the early '80s slasher, I just feel like it's run of the mill. It's not that hidden gem slasher from that era or anything spectacular. I'd probably give it a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10. Not too bad, not too great. So that is Death Valley from 1982. Until next week, we'll be back at y'all for 90s week. Peace.